Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to the Medium Ghetto Podcast with your host, Jamar. How y'all doing tonight? We doing fine. Woo. Well, welcome to Medium Ghetto Live. We got a special guest today.
Hi guys.
Introduce yourself and where are you from?
Okay. Hi, I'm Olivia Jonale and I am from North Carolina, Winston-Salem to be exact.
I won't lie, I took you for like a Florida girl.
Why?
IG alone says Florida. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, I've been to Miami recently. So,
That too, but it gives me like a vibe, from a Florida vibe.
oh wow. Are you from Florida?
No, absolutely not. I'm from Philadelphia.
Then how do you know what Florida girls are like?
I have some friends from Florida,
Okay. What part?
like Miami area, like the city. They're city girls.
Okay. Okay.
Well, all the context of city girls though,
You said what?
like the city girls. Like, no, I mean they be in the street city girls.
Oh, okay. I like the city girls. Like I think it's a vibe. So
Definitely are a vibe though.
yeah.
Uh, Let me see real quick. Let me get this thing popping. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this fire intro. You're gonna hear it and.
It's medium, ghetto, intelligent, hood conversation, so won't you come hang with the gang? Relatable topics from coming up broke to the nonsense, they all come along with these dames. From trust funds to trapping, we cover it all in with laughter, so won't you come grab you a seat? From O's to Othello, you know that we medium, ghetto, and nothing can even compete.
Okay.
Bam! Intro fire, right?
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's
It's
a
a
vibe.
vibe.
I like it. I
I
like
see it. All right, so this episode is really about you, Olivia. So I've been watching some. It wasn't even the hot seat thing. Just to let you know,
it.
I
Okay.
think I've seen you on what's his name, Tanny's podcast. I've seen you on his page. I was like, that's an interesting view. He had
Of
some good
what?
questions for you on it was like a couple months ago. You asked like some he was asking you some questions on your point of view about certain things. I think it
Mhm.
was just dating period.
Mhm.
And then I seen the transition of like some of your social media things. Because I think since you were at the podcast conference, whatever you were putting out, for some reason it was going to my IG. And I was like, all right, who's this girl? Let me add her.
Ah.
See? And I was like, oh. And then I seen like the transition and the spark of you going from, let's say, I guess taking advantage of your looks to trying to go into like life insurance and you saying, hey, I want to do a little something that's more like, I guess like more respectable. Is that a word?
Well, first of all, the reason I got into dancing was because I had moved to LA when I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
And so I moved to LA because I wanted to become an actress. And so I'm coming from North Carolina. I didn't go to college. I have a high school diploma, but that's it. So I transferred from Chipotle. I'm working at Chipotle at the time when I was in North Carolina before I moved to LA. And I get fired from Chipotle. So I'm out there searching for a job. I'm not finding one. I'm staying with some roommates at the time. They kick me out. So now I'm living in my car. And so I was just in my car one night. It was midnight. I'm crying. I'm boohoo crying. And I'm like, I'm going to have to go home. I'm going to have to tell everybody, like, I didn't succeed. I didn't become an actress. Like, and everyone's going to laugh at me. I look up and there's a strip club. I'm not even lying. And I'm like, it literally felt like at that time, like God was like, oh, like here's money. You don't have to go home. I
Mm-hmm.
go in, I talked to the manager. I'm like, I've never done this before. He's like, okay, just get some lingerie, some heels. First song, take your top off. Second song, take your bottoms off. And last song, just dance. And so I was like, okay. And so I get up there, I do my thing. I come down, and he's like, wow, that was the worst I've ever seen. but cute, so you'll make some money. And that was the job. And like I said, I had applied at Starbucks, I had applied at grocery stores, Trader Joe's, like trying to get a job, couldn't get a job. And that's what presented to me. And while I was doing that, that was the first time I had capital to actually invest into an acting career. So that is when I started seeing success in my acting career, because I had the newest headshots, the like best acting reel. I could afford to like put nice clothes on and get into these like expensive rooms. I can afford to be in the room. And so the whole time that I was dancing, I was also building an acting career. So it wasn't just dancing. And that's not the only reason why I kept my looks up or all that type of stuff.
I like that. I really appreciate that. That's dope. So it was a survival. You said, yo, if I'm gonna make it, I gotta do this. And I like that you had an edge enough to figure it out. You could easily got back on that plane.
Right.
Easily went home. You could have been like, I've been kicked enough. It ain't working out here. It must be the environment. But you literally took charge. It's like, yo, no, this is we could flip this. And I know you even probably thought you were like thinking like what other people were thinking. Like, what were some of the? Did you have any like thoughts if people heard you were like dancing at all from at home?
Yeah. I hid it. I hid it the whole time. I hid it from my parents. I hid it in general because, you know, like growing up from North Carolina, like people laugh at strippers. People are like, like they're the hoes of the society. They're the Jezebels of the society. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be that at all. I wanted to be an actress. So the whole time, like, I just portrayed online, Instagram's your highlight reel. So I portrayed online like I was this like actress that had all these opportunities just because I was, lucky. But for real, like it's very expensive to play that game. Especially living in LA where gas is $7. Like it's not cheap to play. So you're not able to, like, people who have regular jobs, like maybe a waitress or a grocery store, you're not going to be able to really compete with the girls who are dancing and having sugar daddies. Like there's no competition financially with what you're able to do and what rooms you're able to get in.
I think it's a smart move. I'm not judging. If anybody's talking about you, they jealous. You gotta think about it like, all right, first of all, you ain't doing nothing crazy for money. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't out here being crazy. And they're doing it, they're doing what they're assuming you're doing, but for free. So who the smarter one?
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
just saying, like
hey, and I think like talking about it more has shown me that really it was more in my head of what people would think about me than the reality of what people are thinking. So
it really just shows you really are able to do what it takes, you know what I mean? Which is really dope. Let me see. Like, so how did it shape your perspective, like beauty wise, being a dancer? Like, how did it affect, like, oh my God, I can't even talk today. How did it affect your how you look at yourself beauty wise?
So I think it reaffirmed that my outside is beautiful, but I think it messed up my inside, my eternal beauty, because I think it created a sense of false love multiple times. So like I'm having these connections with my customers and like learning that that's not real and that's a separation and that they're really only with you for your looks, I think is mentally confusing. So that would be the answer to that question.
I see. Yeah, I think that's a hard one for everybody. So, how young were you when you doing this? When you
20.
20? Damn, yeah, a lot of realizations at a young age at this point.
Oh yeah.
So you probably like. So what are some? Have they said anything crazy to you before?
The customers?
Yeah, or they were very respectful.
Of course. Like you're in environments where people are drinking, doing drugs, going through deep, dark issues at home.
Mm,
And so they're taking all these types of things out on you. And I'm an empath. So, like, when people just feel sad, I can feel it.
mm.
So they're telling me about it. They're projecting on me. They're like, got some guys will call you a hoe. Some guys will like, um, touch you inappropriately because they think they can take advantage of you. Just all types of things. So yeah, you deal
Did
with
you have
it.
like? Did you have a bodyguard?
No. Well, I mean, I have people that naturally just look out for me, you know what I mean? And we have managers and there was like club guys. So there was people protecting you for sure.
Mm. So like, let's say, let's say this. So now let's go back. At one point, you lost your job at Chipotle, lost a couple jobs. Roommates kicked you out. Now you balling stripping money, right? So did you just get a like you bought an apartment and everything, or?
Yeah. I got the apartment, paid for a new car, paid for my acting career, then started balling out from my acting career, booked national commercials for McDonald's, Capital One, Taco Bell, shoe commercials. Like, I was in music videos for Diddy, Tyrese. Like, I, like, then that exploded. So then I could dance less, but
Mm.
I was still in love with the money. And the money allowed me to travel. So I traveled some. I completely enjoyed the experience.
Do you feel guilty about that?
Sometimes.
Why?
Um,
You came back in one piece, I see.
I think I think it just like yes, but I think it just like scares me to think I you know what? We grew up in this school system thinking it was going to be we go to college, get a job. I mean, go to college, graduate, get a job, have a family, boom.
Mm,
And that's what I see my parents do. My mom is an entrepreneur, so I've seen her like still do, something else, but at the same time, like she's still stuck to that kind of like movement. And
yeah.
so watching me from like a third person view, sometimes I'm just like, wow, like we are living our ancestors' wildest dreams. You know what I mean? Like no woman in my family has ever been able to make this type of like progress and money and able to say that she wants to sleep with multiple men and be honest about being a dancer and like it's just an incredible time right now to be alive, honestly.
Are you just quoting future?
I mean I have twerked a lot to Future, so
I'm just saying, well, that's like a warning sign right there. I'm like,
I do have a connection with Future, yeah.
I'll be in the car blasting it. Oh, but I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If anything, what kind of childhood do you think I had? I'm trying to see. How do you
Hmm.
think I was raised?
Um,
Let's see how prejudiced you are.
it's giving like lower middle class. Um, but you're really smart, so your parents are really smart, maybe educators, maybe engineers. And that's all I got for you.
Nah, I was quite the definitely not that. So I grew up in a very poor, not a poor family, but like a poor family. Not middle class though. I think my mom was making like $12 an hour. When I moved, my mother found out she was trafficking some stuff. My mom was a convict.
Like drugs?
Mm-hmm. And she would, give it to other people's moms. So
Wow.
you would never. Oh, no one never would notice that. But yeah, that's what really interested me in you because you came from like I was just assuming. I was like, people probably think you came from like a really. When you're like a stripper, someone thinks you had a really, 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 really rough childhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I
No,
think that's dope.
no, I didn't. Um, I grew up in a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom house, North Carolina. We had tons of land. My mom made very good money. She owned her own preschool. Um,
Mm,
now she has Airbnb properties. My stepdad, growing up, was an aircraft mechanic, so he made very good money doing that. Um, it, but the thing is, like, we come from Dave Ramsey background
mm.
with financial, so it wasn't stocks. It wasn't like buying multiple real estate. It was like get you a home, save the money in a savings account, and buy cheap stuff.
I see what you're saying. So y'all kind of like you were there. Y'all was storing for the next generation and investing for the next. It was more long term.
Just holding the money. And money is, I don't know if you know this, but I'm like super into financial literacy now. Money
Mm-hmm.
money is a currency, so it's supposed to flow.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't just sit and hold it. You need to have it working for you. It needs to be an investments. It needs to be growing. And so because they were not investing into things that like were creating money, and they kind of held it,
Mm-hmm.
it drained out with 2018 with inflation prices these days. Like, it's just like you can't hold the money these days because the way inflation's going, like, it's just wiping out the money. And so basically, like, even though we grew up with money, there was not enough for me to like fund a career.
I see what you're saying.
So it really kind of was like all on me to figure it out at that point. And I grew up like in competitive cheerleading, so I just so happened to be good at dancing either way, and that's why it just
Just
worked.
click.
Once I learned how to sexy dance, I knew how to like, you know what I mean?
He was like, I gotta turn this on sexy.
I was like, hold up, I had to learn my womanly ways and like all that type of stuff first.
That's dope though. Like I think a lot of people frown about it. I think it's dope, like you just coming into yourself, you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And let me see. And you went into life insurance.
Yeah.
I think you went from sexy to life insurance. Like that's a wild transition. Like what made
So, oh my goodness. My entrepreneurship journey has been interesting.
mm-hmm.
I have been watching podcasts after podcasts, educational books, financial books, personal development books.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I went into it all, especially during COVID. And so I got into e-commerce, drop shipping, affiliate marketing, like all the online gigs trying to find money, and they weren't successful. So I went back to the drawing board and I was like, okay, what's going to keep me out the strip club? I make $1,000 minimum a day in a club. So that's what I want to make in real life minimum. And life insurance is something where you can easily make 1,000 from your first policy because you get paid the whole first year premium. So if somebody has a policy that's $100 a month, you get paid $1,200. So it's easy to like stack bread. And I was like, okay, bet. Also, it's impact. And I knew it was something that I didn't have in my family that I was curious about. So I was like, I'm willing to learn this just for the sake of having it as a financial instrument. And now my parents have life insurance. They didn't have that before. So yeah, that's how.
That makes perfect sense. And like, so you just want to stack that money like it was I guess like a stripper.
It's similar. It's not as fun. It's definitely not as fun. We're getting straight to the business, straight to what you about to do when you die. But
it's like, all right, man, this is what your family need something when you go. But
what you gonna do about it?
But that's wild. $1,000 a day.
Yeah. So you can easily make way more than that. You can sell policies that are $200 a month. My mom's policy is $180 a month. So, like you make good money selling.
So let's say like $180 a month. Like how much? Like how would I make? Break that down again. Like how can I make like 10 bands? Give me some math here. And life insurance. Like how much? Like, what my clientele gotta look like?
Okay, so I recommend selling to older people because older people realize their mortality. Younger people think they're gonna live forever. So they're a little harder to sell, but they can definitely. So like my policy is $60 a month. I have 200,000, right? But I'm 27 when I got it. 26 when I got it. 26 when I got it. So it can be that price. My mom, on the other hand, hers is 180 and she gets 100,000. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's older, so she has whatever health issues she has that are, obviously increase her mortality. Mm-hmm. Right? So my suggestion would be sell to older people, so between like 50 to 80, and get them, their basic burial policies. So like a basic burial, 50,000 can be $120 at that point, because I mean they're 60. So like what they're going based off of is when's your mom pass, when's your dad pass. If your mom and dad passed at 60 from natural causes or whatever, like, and you're getting your policy at 55.
I want. It's not like you bullying these old people to take their money.
Huh?
You bullying these old people? You're like, yo, your mom died at 60. You 55.
This is just.
I know it's good. It's interesting to listen to.
The company has to like bet on themselves. You know what I mean? Like they're the ones who are gonna have to like push out this money the day you die. So they need to make sure that you're going to have put enough into it to make sense. So if your parents died at 16, you're 55, then it's like, okay, they at least have them put in 200 a month so that if they're getting 50,000, we at least had time to like invest in something that can make that money.
I see what you're saying, because like if it's a bigger chance, it's a bigger payment, so you can actually get quality benefits.
Right.
But but someone says you multifaceted. We got a good comment about you.
Thank you. If you want to make $10,000 a month selling life insurance, you need to sell like 8 policies.
8 policies?
8 people.
Dang, that sounds a lot easier for me than stripping. So I might be better for me. I don't know. I was like, stripping.
That's why I'm over here now. That's why I'm over here. So now my mission has been to help strippers transform into entrepreneurship. And so I'll be offering that service soon where they can come to me and I can help guide them to where they need to go.
So you're gonna have like a transformative stripper program.
Let's go.
So what's your
out the club?
What is that gonna be the name of the book? Get Out the Club.
Get out the club. Like I wish I had this knowledge when I was like younger, because I was smart enough to do something else. I didn't know, like it had just came to me, it worked, it was making me money. So I'm just thinking, okay, well, this is what I'm gonna do. So yeah.
Get out. So what's the first chapter gonna be like if you do a book?
Well,
I want to.
first I gotta tell my childhood story, where I come from. Like, yeah. So how I grew up, the lessons my mom instilled in me and stuff like that.
That's gonna be dope. And like, so in goal, where do you want? Let's say I'm a stripper. Never gonna happen in my life. Maybe in my next life, I
Okay.
might try it out. Hopefully, I remember to try it out. But let's say I'm making 100K. Matter of fact, 200K a year.
Mm.
So you're gonna help me flip something, so I won't have to go to the club no more.
Yeah, we need to figure out what you can do. I mean, like working at a strip club, you start every single day at zero. Working in entrepreneurship, you're starting every day at zero. Really, it's the same thing. You just have to apply those skills into something that you're passionate about, that brings you purpose. Because at the end of the day, you can enjoy stripping for however long you're enjoying that party scene, but it's never going to be a purpose for someone. It's just going to be a way to make money, and really you're wasting your time. And like something my mentor said the other day, shout out to David Shands, was you're cheating on your dream. This time you're taking to dance, yeah, it's cool, like you making that money, I'm happy for you, but you're cheating on your dream. My dream was to be in entertainment. My dream was to inspire people, motivate people, and entertain people, maybe make people laugh. And I am not doing that, giving lap dances. So
That's true.
basically, I'm trading this time to make some money.
What you want me to say? But
And I wonder why I'm not an A-list celebrity. I was cheating on my dream. You know what I mean? So
all the time you could have hit and making the quick money you could have been building.
facts. Exactly.
And if you got this much drive to figure it out, think how much drive you would have had to figure out the acting scene and get in there.
Right. Mm-hmm. It was the drugs, it was the alcohol, just being in that space that just was like causing just more and more distractions from what I should have been doing. So,
Was it like, were you ever tempted for more drugs and alcohol because of being around more drugs and alcohol?
of course. Of course. They're fun. They look fun too. Like when you're sober and you're watching people do these drugs and alcohol, like you're like, oh, they're having a good time.
You ever do like cocaine? No, not you, but you ever see it?
No. I did get a DUI. I was a heavy drinker. It's heavy on the smoking. And those two were my biggest thing. But I knew from watching me do those two things that I didn't even want to try cocaine. Because I knew
Thank God.
I knew I would like it. It's a blast. It looks like a blast.
You like the type that run like 40 miles per hour in hills?
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine.
The girls did work better when they were on cocaine.
What? They did it at work?
Of course.
Oh, I guess it's a performance enhancement drugs.
I guess.
They ain't got like a stripper unions.
No, I'm very passionate about that because we need one. But really, like, and that's what I wanted to do for a long time. But really, getting them out of there is what really needs to happen.
Oh, we got another comment, but check this out. Can you see the comments?
Yeah, she mentioned it's easier to sell insurance to someone older and on their way out. But what about selling insurance to someone like a police officer or a construction worker who works in high buildings? Would their policy be higher?
Great question.
That is a great question. Those are not questions on the application that they ask. So I'm going to assume no.
So you're the pro. Thank God you came here. You answered all the life insurance questions for my guests. I didn't even know they had life insurance questions.
I
You
got
know?
you. I got y'all.
I appreciate it. But I'm in HR. Is there like a stripper union?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I wanted to create.
A
Because
stripper?
I'm in the actors union. I am a SAG actress. And right now we're protesting because we're trying to make more money as actors.
Mm. So what's
And
a stag? Wait. What's a stag actor? I never heard of it before. You said a
uh,
stag?
it's called SAG, the Screen Actors Guild.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was created way back when, so that actors who are trained are able to get more money per day. So like the base rate for someone who's not SAG is like $150 a day. The base rate for a SAG actor is like $350 a day.
You're a SAG actor?
Yeah.
That's dope. So, damn, I didn't even know y'all had a union.
Yeah.
So, what kind of training have you got in acting?
Just being on set, just getting the opportunities. Like for me, what got me a part of the union was I booked a role for Disney Channel on Gamer's Guide when I was 19, and being on that show got me a part of the union. Gives you a letter, but you have to pay $3,500 to get in.
Hey, you had 3,500? Was it for?
I was a stripper.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, never mind.
I told you you have to pay to play to be in that business. And so it's like you can't do that thing poor. You can't do that thing off of God. I'm sorry to say. Like the situation in SAG is insane. A lot don't even make royalties. Some make pennies. Yeah. Yeah. My royalties are pennies. Like I was on Insecure. Like that episode plays over and over and over again, and I make pennies on the dollar. So
I think that's dope. You ever think about making
yeah,
like
I mean SAG. Huh?
I never seen Insecure, but now I want to know what episode you was on. I'm like, there she is.
Yeah, Google my name. My episodes are on my IMDb.
Bet. Wait, so you got I wanted one of those. I need one.
I don't have an official profile because they charge $150 a year to have your picture and everything on there, like for your official profile.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to pay to play, yo.
I got a question for you. So it says, how do you feel about OnlyFans as an option for an adult entertainer to become an entrepreneur? I won't lie, y'all make me jealous. I'm about to sell some feet pics.
How does Olivia feel about OnlyFans as an option for an adult entertainer to become an entrepreneur? I think that if that's what you want to do, like, yes, but for me, I know that there's like, I guess it just depends on your morals. Like, what if that's what you want to be in? For me, I think there's other things that are a lot more fulfilling than OnlyFans. But if you're feeling like that's your purpose to take some sexy pictures for some men, like, set it up. Entrepreneur then.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess they trying to, you know how. So I've been listening to Jeezy's new audiobook. You heard of it? It was Adversary for Sale. Adversary for Sale. And it's this whole conversation remind me of it because he talked about the transition from selling from going legit. And I think a lot of people love that story, and we we all kind of try to get that story in. And he just talks about like he wasted at least, I've been counting the math, I'm nerding it up. He at least lost like $250,000 before he got a record deal and made nothing from his music, which
Right.
is insane.
Right.
We got another one.
I think OnlyFans is oversaturated now. People really need to treat it as a business in order to get successful, create, market, advertise, etc. Exactly. Like if you're gonna do all that, do something where you can just like to me, I think the only way that makes sense is if you're already like partially a semi-celebrity,
Mm.
and it's easier to capitalize off of. But to go through all that just to, I don't know. It's up to you. Unless your body's super sexy, I don't know. Hey, I'm open. I'm open to it.
All right. Let's digress and go into it. So you said you embraced a little bit of feminism, right?
A little feminism.
A
Yeah,
little bit.
of course.
So so why?
Why? What?
When did you embrace feminism and why? Like, what are some of the things that stuck up to you that made you say, "Yo, I can embrace some of the feminist beliefs"?
Well, okay. First of all, I don't know all of the feminist beliefs. I
Mm.
don't. I haven't did a deep dive study on it. But yeah, I want us to get equal pay so we can pay our bills. It's expensive for everybody out here. So, okay. Yeah, I want us to be able to have rights to vote and, all that type of stuff, drive, have a license, have our own bank accounts. Yes, I want the rights to my own body for abortions. If I want to kill it, I want to kill it, you know. Like, sorry, I don't got no
Yeah,
kids. I don't got no kids right now. So, I'm not sensitive to them. Like my
I
mom,
feel you on that. I'm
yeah,
not saying fuck them kids, but
they cute, but like, like I know what kids are like. My mom owned a preschool growing up, so they're evil little things. I know what they be doing.
oh, I got another question for you. Who is this person from Twitch? Well, this is a Twitch fan. Hey, Twitch person. What did Olivia do for work during the pandemic? Did the pandemic make her more creative, or did she just chill and held on to whatever paper she stacked? You stacking bills out here.
Yo, so right before the pandemic, okay, this was a week before the pandemic. It was my birthday, and I was partying, and I got not super drunk, but I was drunk, and I crashed and totaled my car, and I got a DUI. So I went to jail. And basically, I had to find a lawyer. I didn't have to, but I wanted a lawyer. So I found what I thought was a good one for 5,000. So I had to go make the money to get the lawyer. And so I decided to uh, become a live streamer. And I got really good on Bigo and twerked on live for about a year and a half.
You said Beagle.
Bigo.
Beagle. Mm. Never knew that was a site. I don't
Yeah.
know how you find any sites, but I don't know any of them.
It just became popular because everyone was in the house. So everyone got that's when we really got addicted to our phones. Everyone was just watching live streamers, and because the strip club was closed, we twerked on live. And it wasn't like a twerking app. You could sit and talk. I was doing a little bit of this, doing a little bit of that. You know what I mean?
You brought the strip club to them. I will
I was
front.
bored in the house, and I haven't twerked in a while. So
We were drinking Hennessy at 8 a.m.
I was drinking Hennessy, like totaling cars. Like I ain't have no car, so the only thing that was across the street was the grocery stores and Barnes and Nobles. And luckily, I'm a reader, so that's when I learned about entrepreneurship and really transformed my life because I was like, I can't be twerking in front of a phone for the rest of my life either. So I was like, okay, I gotta find the out. So yeah,
That's a really good question.
delete the.
And you went to jail?
I went to jail.
So
Well,
how long though?
17 hours. I was in the holding cell, to be fair.
Oh, okay, that is fair. That's not really jail.
It it taught me all I needed to know.
How did you feel not having your phone?
It wasn't the phone that was the issue. It was the food.
They actually fed you?
The stuff they feed you is not food. It is
What is it? Like
I don't know because I was drinking the milk and then it went down a liquid. When it came up, it was a solid. I'm not sure. Exactly. Exactly.
I remember my mom went to jail for a little bit when I was in the military with the Marines. I came back and they was like, "Yo, your mom in jail." I was like, "For what?" I'm not gonna say what on live, but and she lost like 80 pounds from there. She came home so small because jail was that bad.
Yeah, you don't eat it.
I was like, damn,
I got
man.
my life together. I don't drink anymore. No,
You
no,
don't drink at all.
no.
How's that feel?
Amazing.
I
Like
bet you got like
I
so
don't
much mental clarity.
make so much. I don't make stupid decisions anymore. I don't drunk text, drunk call. You know what I mean? Just stupid. You know what I mean?
So
Driving.
you were a drunk texter.
Isn't everybody? Oh my gosh. I'm emotional. I'm a Pisces. So yeah, I be in my feelings. I have a couple shots and I'm like, when you did that, like that really hurt me.
Oh, you be guilt tripping people that probably do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my toxic trait. Like, what can I say?
I'd be like, yo, I'm sorry I didn't answer the phone for 30 seconds here. You will never answer the phone. We just dropped you off. But let me see. I got some questions.
Okay.
Got some questions. So, how did you conquer your self-esteem and your self-acceptance?
By stopping feeling sorry for myself and realizing that no one was going to save me. It's really the saddest part of it all, really. Like no one's coming to save me.
That was you was like face down in a pit of your own sorrows, and you just was like, damn, nobody ain't gonna come here to get me.
Nobody's coming to get you. No, man. I'm thinking like, okay, for sure, I'm Cinderella. There's gonna be a man that meets me at a ball in LA. I'm gonna have some glass slippers on, my little stripper heels,
Stripper.
and he's gonna want to save me and take me out of there. No man came to save me to take me out of there. If he did, it wasn't. I would have rather stayed in there.
It's like, I could have stayed at the ball.
Yeah, like just leave me here.
I think due to early 2000s rap, nobody's gonna save nobody anymore.
You
I
said
think we had a whole decade of rap music that said don't save these girls. I'm just saying, like it might have influenced how we look at things here.
and
Now,
and
we
true.
gotta-
Black men do not want to save us like at all. They be like, we're strong Black women, we can do anything, and I know we are, but no saving.
hold on. It's not just black men; it's other men too.
I can't say that because when I date other men, I'm just like, wow, like they do kind of want to save me a little bit. They do help me. Like my bills go from like feeling like this to like, you know, I sit up straighter. You know, I can relax, breathe easier.
So you saying they allow you, they lighten the load on you?
Yes, and they want to. And they want to. That's the beautiful part. Like if you ask a Black man to, I feel like he's like, but she's trying to use me. Like she's gonna play me. She got two hands. Like I just feel like they find every excuse of why we can instead of just wanting to.
So you want them to just cash app you first day?
I don't hate it. I don't. I don't hate it. I don't. And I say that because it's like when okay, we're in a social media age, so we're all getting a little bit more attention than we're supposed to, right?
Yep.
And so obviously I'm getting a lot of attention, especially the more that I get online and I interact and I participate. And so it's like the competition is heavier. So to stand out, you kind of do need to send a cash app. Just your hey beautiful, there's a list of those. Like people are coming in my DMs like wanting to have full on, how's your day? Where are you from? What do you do? In my DM, and I'm like, no offense, but why? You have 300 followers, pictures. Why?
So you're saying you want a guy with a lot of followers?
No, it's not even about that. It's just credibility nowadays.
I see what you're saying, like on IG credibility.
Yeah, right? Like there's going to be a lot of people that start coming into your DMs the more you grow as well, right? And so you got to start sifting through, you know, and another hey beautiful or hey big head is not going to.
I won't lie, I'm a little self-conscious when people call me big head because my head kind of big. I think that's a diss. I'd be worried. But like, I get what you're saying though. Like it's because it is logically it is about competition, right? You want the best odds to be most happy as possible. But if someone's not shown that initially and someone else is, then what's going on?
Right.
Like I'm trying to be a big time player in the love, and you kind of minor league right now, just saying,
Right.
hey, what's up, big head?
Right.
And I get it, like the more followers you get, I guess the more credibility you get.
And more people are trying to impress. And so now it becomes like it's hard to get to know the little guy because some people are starting with cash apps. That's going to win. You cash at me. Yeah, it is big. You cash at me like you cash at me $100 and then send me your number, like you're gonna get a call first, you know? So yeah, it makes the dating hard because it does make it a little bit more superficial. But
I think I just was talking about this too on my episode. I just literally just premiered. I was like, let me just premiere this thing because I had a bunch of episodes and it was gonna be like 6 months for you even hear it. I was just premiere, but it was talking about like unrealistic dating standards and how sometimes we get stuck on the material things. But this is all from this generation of what we're seeing online. We brainwashed.
Yeah, we are.
But I think for me, like it's like,
and we're addicted to it too. Like now it's like if you try to take away my Amazon and you try to take away my DoorDash for in the name of love, I don't know about that.
Amazon, you got all the packages. That's why you got that. That's where you got that plant from?
No.
Target?
No. Someone gave it to me.
Oh, see, in the competition.
It's competition out here for real.
You know, I found out I can get flowers from like a florist for like 35, like that. And I was buying flowers off 1-800 flowers and paying like 150 for them. I never knew that. So I was like losing money, and I didn't. My first time going to a florist was like last year. I was pissed. I was like, so all these years I've been overpaying for flowers.
Yeah.
And send them to the people jobs.
Yeah, really, you can go to Walmart, find something nice like this, get a vase, all for like 15. Really, even cheaper than a florist. Yeah.
I'm over here. I need a professional.
No.
So like, you answering a lot of my questions here, man. You answered a lot of my. This is really good questions.
Good.
So, damn, you really answered most of my questions here. All right, so let's lastly hit this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you described what did she say again?
I blame the internet. The age of Aquarius is here, and the effects of COVID ushered it in more. Yeah, it's just so weird. Like, dating is so hard.
I feel like a job. I won't lie, it's a job now. And you
It-
young still, but I'm in my 30s. Dating in 30s is like the worst thing you ever do in your life. Everyone got like a decade of trauma, most of them. None of them's going to therapy. You like you need therapy. A lot of baggage. Everybody got kids. And when you don't got kids, everybody, well, you can step daddy my kids. I'm like, no.
you at what I'm realizing is just at some point you have to choose one. Choose one. Choose a baggage. It's like a business. All of the businesses when you first become they call it a entrepreneur
You
where
got it.
you want to do every single business because you have like shiny object syndrome and you want to try this one, you want to try this one you'll make 100,000 in a month, this one you'll make 50,000 in a month, so try that one, try this. And that's how dating is.
So I gotta be like, damn, I know she got like 9 kids, but she got a good heart.
No, you just need to decide what's important and what's not. Like, get down to the root of what's important and what's not. What do you really want? I think a lot of people don't know what they want in a relationship, and that's why they just kind of go lollygagging and finding people and then falling in love by based off of good sex and just good faces and you know what I mean? Like shallow stuff. They bought me this or they took me to this restaurant. But people aren't really sitting down and assessing who they need in their life to really elevate them to the next level.
And that's what I need, and that's what I want. I want someone that can elevate me. I'm not gonna just settle for a distraction. So
Right.
why do that? Like if you're an entrepreneur, you know you got great things to do. Let's say I'm in school, full-time job, business, going podcast whatsoever. I'm about to write a book in like 30 days, right? My writing coach is on my ass. Hope she's not watching this. She doesn't realize I didn't even like write this. I didn't even break down the book yet. It's due by Thursday. She go play, oh, bro, where is it?
Get it done.
Right. But you're right. Like they're not like adding to those things or adding value. Like the $100 is adding value to you. You know what I mean? Like that you could do something with that $100. Now you're financially educated. And that's why I think like for like guys like me, if I'm getting a bunch of money, I don't want to like we look at like women as investments. If I'm giving you money, it's not like I'm like, oh, I want to know where it's gone, but hopefully you're investing in something that, like can like last longer. You know what I mean?
And that's why like once you start knowing what you want from a relationship, you can start better positioning yourself in the places you need to be to attract that person. And so once I realized like what kind of man I needed, I was better able to go, okay, if I go to this conference that's going to teach you how to build, grow, and invest in your hotel, what kind of man am I going to meet? A man who wants to build, grow, and invest in hotels.
Makes sense. I'm just saying, like, you gotta go to the watering holes and the and what they call the ecosystems and the where are they feeding themselves?
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're into anime, you just want somebody who's gonna geek out with you on stuff like that, go to an anime, put yourself in those places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So figure out what's important to you and start finding your tribe in those places.
You just said anime. What you into anime?
Sometimes, but I don't want a guy who's into anime, really.
I gotta know why now. That's interesting.
No offense, but like,
No, you gotta say why. What's up? You gotta say something offensive. When you say no offense, you gotta end it with something that's offensive.
no offense, but like okay, so here's something I think about. It's late night, right? We in bed, we cuddling, and I gotta watch what you want to watch. And if it's an anime, I'm like,
You hating on them animes? I like anime.
All right, and there's certain ones. There's a couple of good ones. So it's not complete shade to anime. I just rather not meet someone who's super into anime.
Like they like saying quotes every 5 seconds.
That
They
person,
speaking in Japanese.
they got the action figures all over their house. Like,
They pull up and they speaking in Japanese to you.
I'm not your girl. I'm not. It ain't
Yeah.
me. Yeah. It ain't me.
She said this is a safe place, Olivia.
Thank you. Thank
That
you
is
so much. Thank you. You get beat up so much online these days, you get scared to talk. You're like, oh my gosh, like, no offense to anybody who's into that.
You know what's weird? I don't know if this is you're becoming like this, like with online getting beat up. I like the chaos, so I will beat you up more. I've been like I came from such like environment where if you're not eating people, they'll eat you. So like my fight or flight mechanism comes out and I will eat your lunch. I'm ready to, just eat your whole lunch.
We need people like you.
I want to be like, yo, where you at? We could do this we could have come on the episode. I'll be like
People like you because me, I'm not responding.
I would like to. I'd be like, yo, if I got some time too, I'm like, I can map out an hour. I'm off today. What's up? Not saying shit. 27.
Because I always go to the profile and it'd be one picture, just the profile picture. I'm like, you are, you're spamming at this point.
Oh wow, that's mean. What did she say?
Oh wow. And you're a cyberbully?
No, they started, but they trying to flip the script. But no, I remember in high school. She knows me from high school. I got verbal abuse charges because I was like burning on somebody, and then they took me to court because I was just ripping on that bed. Yeah, now I'm a nice person though.
First of all, Shalonda is gorgeous. Am I saying that right? Shalana?
Shiana.
Shiana?
Yeah.
Gorgeous, darling. Gorgeous.
But her boyfriend be watching reviews on whips. I never went back to their house again. I went in the house to see how they were doing for something. My man over there watching 2 white guys try out whips. And he white too. So I'm like, nah, I gotta walk out here. I don't trust this shit.
Dang.
What'd you say?
I remember I cussed out that one guy
in Call of Duty
when we were talking.
It go down. Oh, thank you so much. We get compliments here and we make fun of each other. It's a weird kind of social circle.
That's love. That is love.
Yeah. But you said back in the day though. So you would rather have? You said you're not into monogamy. That's the last time we're gonna squash before we end this. I just need to know.
Okay, so here's what I learned today. There's somebody named Freud. Freud, I think. I don't know if it's Sigmund Freud. I don't know which Freud this is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he talks about sexuality and how we're always going to have a battle of how we feel, like in our subconscious versus what our conscious feelings are. Well, basically what we can and what we cannot do to keep civilization, functioning. Mm-hmm. And I think monogamy is one of those things that keeps civilization civilized, right? Because think about if we just didn't have that rule.
Go buy husbands, be safe.
Think about if that was not a thing and that wasn't even in our mind, like wipe it clean. That's not even something we ever even thought about yet.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't think it would be any like crossbreeding or genetic?
I don't think nobody would be monogamous.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not until somebody says you have to do it or you're married now, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what God wants you to do. That's what the Bible wants you to do. That people are like, okay, that's what we're supposed to do. But I just don't think it's something that's innate in us. I do think that when you have intercourse with someone, you have a bond with them. right? But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a forever bond.
I
So
see what you're saying. I think, scientifically, I think it's like a chemical release that you get when you do it. But I partially agree with you, right? Because if we were just like strictly monogamy, I'll date you, and I wouldn't be like, yo,
no thought.
checking out other people. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
honestly, we'd be like, damn, that's wrong, right? And you girl right there. But at the same time, I think it's you need to be okay with those thoughts because your guy is gonna still check out other girls, and then your girl will still check out other guys. I think it's okay to admire. You know what I mean? But if you both had that contract, I guess contract with each other, and that expectation with each other that it's a monogamous relationship, and you break that expectation, then that's the problem. But if you like, yo, this we can do this, we can do this, then you good.
He also says that he believes that all relationships start out sexual. Like when you connect with anyone, it's sexual
Mm.
in nature, like the people you feel most drawn to. Do you believe that is a fact?
I don't
Because
know.
I know that's how I know the people who I feel most connected to, things be tingling. And I'd be like, ooh, this don't even feel right. Because I know I'm not supposed to be feeling this for you. But like, and I'm realizing like that's just what brings me to them. That's what keeps our relationship kind of spicy. And these are my platonic friendships, even my girl friendships, and I'm not gay. Like something about her, her intelligence, the way she moves, drew me into her and turns me on.
You know it's weird. I thought everyone would be. I'm like been single for like 5 years. I've been
Mm-hmm.
in a relationship for almost 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So you
Mm-hmm.
that long, you just like leave me. Let me be alone. You know, let me relax. It's
Yeah.
nice. I get to go get the nice tickets and just pay double the price while taking somebody so nice. Let me think, but I kind of I agree on that. But like the people that I'm attracted to are kind of like I guess you could say like more like they would be labeled outcast. They would be labeled different. They'll be like, yo, they have an edge. I like different people.
Right.
I like people who are like outside. Like if I said, yo, what kind of person is Olivia? And I would just be like, oh, she the type of person. She's just Olivia. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't really put you in a box. I like the people you can't put in the box.
Right.
And those, I guess that the tangle comes from that type of person.
Exactly. But there's a tingle there. It's
Yeah.
my whole point. And for me, it's just like working in a strip club, I've seen a lot of men cheat. I've seen a lot of married men cheat.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I know there's Ashley Madison. Do you know about that website? It's for men to cheat. Go check it out. 98 point something million users.
Dude, I'm
These
about to go on there, act like I'm cheating the whole time I'm single.
ashleymadison.com.
Yo, can I
It's
cheat?
for cheaters to cheat
Yo,
on
can I cheat if I'm single? Can I act like I got a girl?
my whole point is people are out here cheating, and instead of just being honest about it, like they want to pretend like they're like monogamous. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I think it's when you're a fraud about it, that's when it's bad.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of people be frauds.
Be fraud. Well, I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't know why finance is getting it. It's expensive to cheat. And it's a lot of energy. So I gotta tell you, I gotta lie to you. I gotta figure out schedules where you're not gonna be around and distracted. I'm going to the strip club, so now you know I'm giving money to other people. Now I'm going out with other John. That's a lot. I
But
would have made it first. I mean, I got to text extra people. I hardly text you, and now I got to text. I'm an introvert, so it'll be a lot for me to do that.
But that's not what cheating is. Cheating
Mm-hmm.
is you enjoying another person. So it's not stressful, it's exciting.
Oh damn. So am I
It
more
goes,
monogamous if I don't really enjoy that at all?
I think that, like I said, everyone has this time when you're with someone where when you guys are having sex, you're really connected.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there is going to be a time where somebody's not wanting to have sex that much anymore. Someone may gain a lot of weight. Someone may become really combative, depressed. There's so many things that happen in our lives, right? That if that sexual component is taken away and she's not even touching you, she don't want to touch you no more, she don't want to do that, but you guys have 2 kids, and you know if you was to even say that you gonna have sex with someone else because you ain't been pleasured in a long time, that she taking the kids, when you meet someone that starts looking at you with desire, that sees your masculine side, like you're gonna be like, wow, like I want her because she sees me. This lady don't even appreciate you. And these are the situations that I'm talking about that I hear from men all the time. All the time. That their wives just don't see them anymore.
I think because it like, and I seen it from being in a long relationship. Like I think we all get to a point where we're taking each other for granted
Right.
because we always think they're going to be there, and that's the problem.
Right. And that's my point, is like I think a lot of people, that happens to a lot more of us than we acknowledge, and because of that it's causing cheating. It says Ford was criticized for being over sexual in his studies, but who's to say that he didn't retain any truths, especially depending on the people on an individual level. Yeah, I think too, like when you are being sexual a lot, you start wanting it more.
Yeah, all right, that's a good one because that's how I felt. I feel like once it starts, you like it's like a momentum thing,
It it don't shut off.
and you think you can quench it, but you never really do. So when that person hit the hard stop, you out there, you're looking a little frisky at the mall. I'm just saying, what did my man from Twitch say?
If she doesn't want to have sex, I will order one of those dolls from Temu with 2 vaginas.
Can't make this shit up.
You know, and a lot of men do that for a long time. Long time. And it take one little young, sexy shawty to see you in your glory, and you start. And I just seen it so many times that I'm like, you can't convince me that monogamy is a complete real thing, like that most people are doing it. You can't convince me.
So, do you think it's because somebody wants that one person to be everyone to them, everything to them?
Yes, and wow, and and I don't know why they even think that that's a possibility either.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I like honestly, red flag for me, a girl with no friends. If you ain't got no friends, nobody like you. They gotta be something. There's a reason nobody likes you, and I gotta figure it out. I'm just saying, they ain't. They all hating on you. That's crazy.
That's why genuine communication, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I just feel like even no matter how much good communication you will have, there's no saying that you won't meet somebody else who just captures you.
I see what you're saying.
And it's not something that you can ever predict or be in control over. If it happens, it happens.
I think everyone like there's different types of love. You know what I mean? Some people it's like a slow burn. Like at first you don't know you like them, but it's like the whole best friend thing. You start out as just friends, and then it just you get that attachment. And then some people you hot for right away, like little Caesar pizza. You know what I mean? Hot and ready. Um, And then it's just some people like you just don't like romantically. Like I know I got a couple friends that are girls. Like I'll spend all the time with them, but I just sexually I'm just not attracted whatsoever.
Right.
Everybody's like they some bad Jones. Like it's just I don't know. It's just something not there. In my eyes, they're my friends. You know what I mean?
Right.
We can go out get drinks. We can do whatever.
Yeah, and I believe that. I'm just saying, like, how does anyone say for the rest of my life I promise not to cheat on you when you have sexual thoughts the moment you wake up? Literally, the moment you wake up, your private part is on 10.
That's just because I think testosterone is
Yeah,
like
I
stored. Like
mean, I'm just saying that's a sign though. Like, you think one person is always going to be able to fulfill something that's on 10 every morning?
I mean, yeah, they could be. You gotta like make it routine, not even routine. That's a horrible word for it. You gotta make an effort. I believe like the relationships are built. There. You don't have a relationship. You build a relationship. And if you know, like, all right, like you say, you know your weaknesses, right? You're self aware. If you know your weakness, if I'm a cheater and I know I'm gonna cheat, I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where I'm in with alcohol alone. Any impaired thoughts alone, I'm not gonna be with another woman. You know what I mean? If I
Yeah.
know I'm like a chronic cheat, I'm not gonna put myself in this situation. Like for me, I think like one of the worst things you can do is get in the setting to make a bad decision.
Right.
I remember, so I had like at one time, like a lot of people got jealous of other, like I got like a lot of friends that are girls because I grew up like it's like none but girls around here, right? And I would not even be in a closed room with another little girl if one, and my girl will always come with me wherever I went if it involves another girl, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just so it can like stop like that, even that thought of insecurity, because I know that thought will always come. She's not wrong for having that thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, to me, that's logical when you live in places like Huntsville, Alabama. But when you live in places like Los Angeles, California, Atlanta, Georgia, Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, like big metroplexes, like, no. You know what I mean? When you're on the go and you're traveling from city to city, your girl's not gonna be there every time.
That's true. I've seen it.
And and like literally I like to date men that have higher status because that means they have a little bit more bread, they're doing a little bit more impactful things. They're just naturally more attractive, right?
Yeah.
But they naturally have women that are always not, you can go, I'm not going to put myself in that situation. There are women following you literally online and in person. There are people following you, finding you. I don't see it. I don't see it.
So he's saying if my man getting all the hoes, he ain't saying no to all the hoes.
For how long? For how long? For your whole 30, 40, 50, 60-year marriage? Okay, I would love to see it. I really would.
That could be a good TV show special. So you get all the hoes. But you're right. So once a man gets in that 10%, that 90% of women are available. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The good, the bad, the ugly want you.
Yeah.
You get them weird DMs. I wish I could show you my Facebook DMs. This is a geek. I got one. Yo. So one thing too is like I think for those men who make a lot of income,
That's
one big
bizarre.
thing. What is it? No matter how strong your relationship is, if Drake DM you, man or woman, you're going to fly to Toronto. Is that true?
He said man or woman. Yo, people are going on the day of, this is social media, this is city life, like good luck. But you can still believe in it if you want to, and and I pray to God that you attract someone. I really do. Like from the bottom of my heart, I
Mhm.
want anyone who wants that to find someone who does that. I'm just not unrealistic at this point. You know, that's true, but I think that will come down to the individual if they feel detached enough in their relationship to leave, physically or mentally. Like Mar said, people do take their partners for granted. There could be some other enticing people, but how committed are you to your partner? All hypothetical. I'm personally monogamous, but definitely respect the opinions and arguments pertaining to the support of those who aren't. Well, thank you. Thank you. I would say to that, I would say to that, yeah, I don't have anything to say to that.
No, I think your viewpoint is great too, to be honest.
Yeah.
I remember at one point after a long relationship, I thought I was more on a non-monogamous side. I won't lie. I don't know. I don't know if it was trauma, but I was just like, why have one when you can have nine? Or what was that, John? Remember that song? Want to have one, you can have nine.
Yes. No,
Like it was.
I'm definitely not saying that though. For me personally, I am definitely more on the monogamous side as well.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is, I just know temptation.
Temptation is a bitch. I will be quite honest.
I just know it's always gonna be there. I know we got a lot of Instagram. I know Ruby Rose. I got on my Instagram today and was like, my tingle looking at her for her at her
Ooh.
birthday pictures. I was like, now I know if I got a man and he popped up, like she just popped up on my phone and she slid in them DMs. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I understand. I love you. But at the same time, like being on IG has trained me to know that there's a lot of beautiful people and a lot of people pay to look that beautiful. You know what I mean?
It don't matter. It's still beauty. It's still
Man,
temptation. And wait till one wants you is what I'm saying.
all I gotta say is you gotta train yourself. You gotta look at the IG joints and get like the mental monk training. All right.
I would say to make sure that the person, if you want someone monogamous, make sure they've been practicing getting prepared for monogamy. They really shouldn't be coming from I'm having sex with a whole bunch of people to monogamy. That's not gonna work.
You're absolutely right about
If
that.
they're not in church practicing celibacy, like you're playing yourself. And I can promise you that. Like,
I believe it. Because as soon as that actual monogamous person gives you a little kickback on it, you're gonna be like, well, I can go talk to somebody else because you're trained just to do it for you. You know what I mean? You're
right.
absolutely right.
There's a stage of celibacy you need to have before you're even, I would even say you're ready for monogamy.
Are you celibate?
No.
Hey, I was gonna ask you questions, but never mind.
I'm gonna say yes I am for now, but I know I'm open to not being. So yes, I haven't, but I
So if Ruby Rose was like, yo,
if she slid in the DMs, like, can we clip this part, Ruby? If you like what you see, like, come through.
it's fair game, you single. Nobody gonna get mad at you. So last but not least, we're gonna talk about your podcast. Just talk a little, give it a brief intro word so people can follow you, where to follow you at, where to get some more of your honesty.
Yes. Okay, so my podcast is called Spotless Minds. We talk about all things beauty, health, and wealth for women. I'm now passionate about interviewing ex-dancers, ex-nightlife, bottle girls, strippers, sugar babies, who have transformed their lives into entrepreneurship. So episodes moving forward, including the one coming out tomorrow at 2 p.m., is a girl who was a dancer at Blue Flame for 7 years and now sells life insurance as well. So we talked about geeked out on life insurance again. So we answered even more questions about IULs and infinite banking. But also we got to talk about like our relatability in the dancing space. So if you're into that thing, follow me on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of the above at Olivia Jonale. That's Jonale. And it was a pleasure hanging out with you, Shalonda. The username was like GSX something. And all
I don't know who that is, but you know.
It was fun. I enjoyed talking to you guys. You guys are fun.
All
and
right.
you too, Jemai, thank you for having me on your platform.
No problem. Next time I want to make sure we know the time frame. I was like, damn, she done.
Yes.
This lady, this is the first time I ever been flaked on, to be honest. So I was like, damn, this is the first time she flaked on me in my life. I don't know how to trust people again. I was going through.
No.
No, I'm joking. But I thought about it. I was like, it's probably another time zone. If it was like 3 hours out of it, I'm gonna talk to her later. It was like I was told it was like a 3-hour difference. That's all I was hoping.
No. That next time we'll definitely be more prepared for sure.
No problem. Is it Olivia on Spotify? Because she has a
yes.
What is it called? Spotless Minds?
Yes.
Spotless Mind podcast or Spotless Mind?
Just type in Spotless Minds.
All right. Yep. She's going to follow you. Bet. Well, guys, I appreciate you watching. Stay medium ghetto. Don't go full ghetto. Have peace in the streets. Don't do anything crazy I wouldn't do. But peace out.